When I sat down to record this video, it was intended to be a quick recap / where are they now of old browser virtual pet games. Think smaller titles that are in the general shade of Neopets. Meh. However, after collecting a bunch of titles I remember playing myself as a kid and doing an initial skim of the top level information, one made me drop the rest in the bin and dedicate an entire video to it. And that game is FooPets. So, what was FooPets? The website describes itself on Facebook with the following statement. FooPets are the world's most realistic virtual puppies and kittens. They get hungry and thirsty, enjoying playing with their toys, crave attention, and love being spoiled by their owners. FooPets provide true companionship and remind people of all ages of the commitment and joy of pet ownership. Now keep this bit in mind. When you subscribe, you have access to all of our features. You can adopt up to 50 FooPets, breed baby FooPets, decorate scenes for your pet, and earn daily and monthly allowances of virtual currency to care for your pet. Basically, it was another game created to hop on the trending virtual pets genre, but this time in realistic 3D. I think it's important to note here that whilst the site did attract older teen and adult users, its primary audience would have been children and tweens. Now we can't dive any deeper into the FooPets drama without first discussing its owner and creator, Ron Hornbaker. The veterinarian with a history of working in tech set up FooPets and FooMojo, its parent company, in 2007. Dr. Ron, as he was known by the community, apparently set out on this venture in an attempt to recreate the bond that people have with their pets in a virtual environment, making them accessible to all on a free-to-play platform. However, it would later come to light that Dr. Ron had previously been in trouble with the law, and notably been in prison for 18 months for fraud prior to the launch of FooPets. That's right, Hornbaker would pose as Rita, a flirty woman, and entice married men into AOL's married but looking chat groups. He would eventually pose as Rita's policeman husband and use the discussions to blackmail the unsuspecting chat room users. After a user reported the abuse, the FBI ultimately managed to catch him in the act. So yeah, this fraudster moved to, charging kids for things online. You really attached to those animals, kids? Yeah! Well, give me money or I'm gonna kill them all. A major turning point in the history of FooPets was the introduction of Club Foo and Club Foo Plus subscription services to the site that allowed users to enjoy member benefits, including more in-game currency, faster support, and other member-only features. This appears to be when things started to go downhill. After realising that their hooked user base, almost emotionally attached to their pets at this point, could be more profitable for FooMojo, the free-to-paid feature ratio began steadily tipping. One user states, "Anyone who lets their kids play on this site is a fool. You now have to pay money to play on here, and their terms of service say that they can delete any content at any time. So basically, your kids pay for pets and items that can be deleted tomorrow." Alongside this, it's also said that the monetary values were constantly changing. The same user continues on to say, "The biggest problem is that they sell you pets and items for your pets that have a price. Then they have a marketplace where kids can trade things. That would be a great teaching tool if Foo didn't constantly change the rules. One day, my child bought a pet that cost $15, once converted to real money, and the next day, Foo changed the price of that pet to $5. Then they had a way for you to earn Foo gems, so you could buy pets with them. After months of earning these gems, Foo suddenly, and without notice, stopped the practice, and now all of my child's hard work was for nothing. Foo gems, the site's free currency, became virtually useless, as the rate at which users would need to spend them on essential items was far greater than the rate at which they could possibly earn them. This made gameplay tedious at best. Eventually, the Foomageddon arrived, and free-to-play was no longer an option. The site was now pay-to-play only, and users that failed to subscribe would have their accounts frozen, leading to a mass exodus from the site. One review from this period states, "Further, customer service on this site is downright abusive. They attack parents who complain and tell them repeatedly either to keep paying or shut up. And if you really complain loudly, they delete your account and keep your child's pets and delete them all." Another common complaint from those that did pay for the Club Free subscription was that even after they cancelled, their cards were still being charged, and FooPets showed no interest in resolving this. I smell fraud. Wait, I swear there's a historic fraudster in here somewhere. User complaints of fraud include, "They will take your credit card and charge it and never stop. Don't use this site. I gave them my credit card info and now they just keep charging and won't refund my money. Won't remove my card and won't answer any tickets or phone calls." I'm gonna tell you a true story that happened to my friend on FooPets. So, my friend wanted to try out Club Foo for 1 month or two. She used her credit card to pay for it. She didn't like how much money she had to pay, and all she got was a few measly food dollars, and could insta-care her pets with just one click, or Club Foo items. Well then, what's the point of having them if you don't play with them? So she called Dr. Ron and Dr. Jane to cancel her membership. They said they would, so the next day, all her Club Foo badge was gone, and she didn't get any more food dollars or Club Foo items, and the Instacare button was gone. Little did she know that FooPets was still taking money out of her credit or debit card for over 6 months. And she didn't even get the Club Foo items. She found out when she got a bill from FooPets. She got everything cleared up because her bank helped her. She was so upset she quit FooPets, but not after telling everybody her story. It got deleted in 10 minutes by an admin, but the damage was already done. When we think back to Dr. Ron's history, I don't think it's too much of a stretch to believe he was consciously scamming users, with many believing he was doing so in order to get himself out of financial troubles. Side note, there are 2 other common complaints I came across in my travels around FooPet World. They don't deserve their own section, but I couldn't not include them. You'll see why. The first of these controversies being FooPoo, with one disgruntled user writing, FooPoo. It's horrible to see a FooPet that hasn't been cared for a while, pretty much living in poop. For me, after one day, I have stacks of poop surrounding my dogs. I know it is supposed to be realistic, but really, FooPets, why piles of poop in your scene after only one day? At least decrease the amount of poop. And also, I saw numerous complaints about this, but this is another complaint I saw a lot of people going on about. Okay, now I just gotta know, why pink? Not just any pink, neon pink. It hurts people's eyes. I find this pretty pointless. Why pink? Pink! There are boys on this site as well. Grown men. The end finally arrived for FooPets in 2019, when the domain was no longer renewed by Dr. Ron. And rather than selling it on to somebody that could rebuild a once popular, safe and wholesome community, it instead became an adult site. There were rumours that Dr. Ron was back in prison and therefore unable to keep it going. However, it's also likely that he just lost interest and dropped it altogether. It's worth noting that former users of the site have since launched a Kickstarter campaign to get their own recreation of the site back online, so that others can relive their virtual pet nostalgia and introduce their fond memories to new players. And that just about catches us up on where the site is today, as little is known about the whereabouts of Dr. Ron. I stumbled across his LinkedIn profile, which said he was doing something to do with butterfly coin engraving to track kindness. I don't know. When I tried to access FooPets myself earlier this week, all that happened was just an error page not found. So unless someone steps in to create their own rewritten version of the site, it appears that FooPets have unfortunately been laid to rest. Did you have a FooPets account, or were you more into another browser pet game back in the 2000s? Let me know in the comments, I'd love to hear your experiences. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. If so, don't forget to drop a like/subscribe down below so that I can see you again for the next one. Bye for now!
I love that